Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Gordon Frayne. We are back with another video. Today we're looking at Aerodrome Finance once again. And as always, if you enjoy the content, please make sure to smash that thumbs up button below, hit that subscribe button as well, smash the bell notification icon, and don't forget to grab your completely free copy of The Rise of Bitcoin. It's linked below the video in the description, completely free. Grab it now and let's get into the video. So Aerodrome Finance is one of the leading decentralized exchanges, in fact, the largest protocol and DEX on the entire Base network. Base is a layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum. We've done a whole host of videos for both Base and for Aerodrome on the channel before, so go and check those out. I will leave some links at the top of the screen throughout this video for you to check out both Aerodrome and the Base network as a whole. But it's been a very painful couple of weeks, guys. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it once again. Bitcoin is down at 84,600 as we speak. This pullback saw Bitcoin come all the way down to this $78,000 level. We wicked all the way down below the 200-day simple moving average, and altcoins like Aero and many others have just been bleeding for the last couple of weeks, and especially in the past 7 to 10 days. We can see that Aero is down even further since breaking this particular trend, and that trend itself actually went all the way back to February of 2024. So we had this very strong upwards trend here. You can see where we bounced at around 50 cents back in September of 2024. We had that huge run up from September through middle of December, essentially Aero going from 50 cents all the way up to $2.35, coming back down, bouncing off the trend to get up to those levels, and we've retraced all the way down. We've broken below the 200-day, confirmed essentially by the end of January. We kept coming lower. We broke through that trend once again around the 12th of February, and we're currently sitting at about 60 cents. We did go as low as about 54, 55. And what I'm looking for now is for us to hold this particular trend. We might even come down to retest those 50 cents levels. So definitely a painful few weeks. But what is the silver lining? I'm looking at the chart and I'm thinking, well, if Aero was able to come all the way down from $2.36 before, when it peaked up in April of 2024, come down, hit that 43 cents level, consolidate sideways, and eventually made a much bigger move. We went from 50 cents. Let's just measure this on a percentage basis. We went from about 50 cents all the way up to $2 and even at the peak of this wick, 33 cents here in a 90-day period. We did a 363% price increase in a 3-month period from September through beginning of December 2024. Obviously, much of this was helped by the election result in the United States and the fact that we had a pro-crypto administration entering office. However, since that administration has entered office, we can see that Bitcoin and many other alts have had a significant pullback. So I don't think all hope is lost for Aerodrome just yet. Jumping over to DeFi Llama very quickly, as I was saying earlier, Aero is the largest decentralized exchange and largest protocol period on the Base network. If we look at the growth of Base over the past year, Base has had some phenomenal growth. We've gone from, let's just see here, at the beginning of 2024, we had TVLs around $326 million. That grew from $300 million at the beginning of 2024 all the way to about $3.9 billion by December of last year. So in a 12-month period, it did a 10x in terms of total value locked on the network or on the layer 2 scaling solution. And again, we have been retracing a little bit since then, but we're still up eightfold since TVL numbers from the beginning of 2024. So I don't think all hope is lost at all for Aerodrome. Base is clearly one of the winning networks and chains of this cycle when it comes to DeFi period, and obviously the leading layer 2 solution on Ethereum right now. And like we said, Aerodrome currently has just under $1 billion in TVL. If we dive deeper into Aero itself, we can see how much of Aero's growth has tracked alongside the growth of the base network as well. We went from around, $100 million in TVL at the very beginning of 2024. We even peaked as high as 1.7 billion. So, a 17x in terms of total value locked on Aero's network. We're back at about 800 million, but still an 8x multiple from where we were at in January, February of 2024. So huge growth, phenomenal growth happening on base and on Aerodrome. And I think we could see plenty of price action to the upside. Again, remembering the type of move that we made here, a 363% increase in that 90-day period. It's done it before. Why couldn't it do it again? So I do think we're going to see Aero reacting to a lot of what's going to happen with Bitcoin over the coming weeks. And yes, we've had a small bounce with Bitcoin moving back up above 84.6, but we may not be out of the woods just yet. We may continue to retest this 200-day simple moving average for another week or two before truly making a much bigger move. I think there's so many macro catalysts brewing under the surface that are yet to rear their head that are going to be beneficial for Bitcoin and risk-on assets throughout the course of 2025. I think we need to see one or two of those catalysts trigger some positive sentiment, and I do think we'll see those catalysts kind of coming together in the second half of this year to see risk on assets moving further to the upside. Again, not financial advice, guys. Maybe this is a potential buying opportunity for Aero. I mean, if you're bullish on the ecosystem, if you understand the Aerodrome flywheel on the mechanics of how the decentralized exchange works, if you understand how we're going to see a lot more retail investors coming into the market later this year, and many of those retail investors are using Coinbase as their on-ramping solution. And we know if they're using Coinbase, essentially they're going to be pushing, Coinbase themselves are going to be pushing those users to use the Base network with their self-custody wallets. And again, Coinbase are wanting to position Base as the leading layer 2 solution on Ethereum. We know there's problems with ETH. Gas is extremely expensive. The chain itself is extremely inefficient. So, call it what you want, but layer 2 scaling solutions just like Base are necessary. Coinbase want their users using Base by default, and they're going to be pushing that onto retail once retail comes in later in the cycle. And given the fact that Base does not have its own native token, unlike other layer 2 scaling solutions, Polygon, Aerodrome, for example, they've got their own governance tokens that people can purchase and speculate on. But in the case of Base, there is no native token. Base are on the record stating they don't have any plans to release a native token. Of course, they have to say that. Whether they will or whether they won't remains to be seen. But the fact that there's no native token for Base for investors to speculate on, in my opinion, once again, guys, not financial advice, but the capital and the money that wants to speculate on the continued growth of the Base network is going to flow into protocols and tokens just like Aero. I know Aero is, inflationary by nature, and we know that there's an emission schedule, and we have, Aero entering circulation every week with the epoch system that runs behind the Aerodrome flywheel. But many of that gets locked up as VE Aero for long-term holders that are locking it for on average about 3.82 years. You can check out the data on that yourself. But last time we made a video on Aerodrome, I did present this particular price target scenario. We were looking at a bear case, a base case, and a bull case as usual. This is a couple of months old at this point, guys. Drop me a comment below. Do you want an updated price prediction for Aerodrome on the channel? If there's enough comments below, I will make an updated price prediction for where I think the price of Aero can get to. But when we're sitting all the way down at 60 cents per Aero token, I know some of these numbers seem a little bit crazy. But just remember, no more than about 8 weeks ago, we were sitting up at about $2.32. And the bear case scenario I was suggesting was around $3.80. So that really wasn't much of a stretch from where those prices were just 6 to 8 weeks ago. And $11.66 in that scenario didn't really seem too much of a stretch either when you considered that we were already almost at $2.40. So again, take these with a pinch of salt, do your own research. It's not financial advice. I do want to make an updated price target for Aero though, So drop me a comment below if you want to see that on the channel. I will put together an updated video for new price targets using the most up-to-date information, thinking about the technicals, thinking about the fundamentals, which really haven't changed that much for me when it comes to Aero. So drop me a comment below if you want to see that video. As always, guys, today's video is sponsored by Femex, the most efficient crypto trading and investment platform. Again, you can come on over here yourself. Check out Femex. I'm going to leave a referral link in the description below this video. And yes, Aero is available for purchase and trading over on Femex, so you can check that out yourself. Grab the referral link, use it if you want. It's not financial advice, guys. Always do your own research. Check out Aero as well. Do your research, understand the Aerodrome flywheel. You know, it's positioning itself to be one of the leading DEXs in this cycle. And if it performs similar to other DEXs in the last cycle, like Uniswap, PancakeSwap, and some of the multiples that those native tokens did for those DEXs, we could be in for an exciting end of 2025 when it comes to the price action for Aerodrome Finance. That's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video and if you got any value at all, I would love if you hit that thumbs up button below before you run out the door. Give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, smash the bell notification icon. And again, it's completely free. Grab yourself a copy, The Rise of Bitcoin, link below the video in the description. Grab it now, and we'll catch you in the next one.